Okay, now we're going to look at chapters 3 and 4 of 1 Corinthians. And these two chapters, we really see Paul starting to correct and discipline, I guess, and it'd be a good word, the Corinthians, the Christians in Corinth. And so basically what he's doing with is he's continuing with this division of the church. And he's really dealing with these themes of them preaching this idea of the spiritual and not the worldly. And he in this example compares this to sort of infants versus mature. And this is his analogy he uses, and he does this using a mother analogy, talking about milk and not eating solid food yet. So really in a sense, it's kind of like calling these guys babies. He's basically saying you guys are babies in the faith. And as we progress through chapter 3, we see him give them some instruction. And then in chapter 4, he makes the transition using the so then words. So he's made his point, and now he's made his, I guess, his argument, and now he's going to make his main point by saying, so then, men ought to regard us as servants of Christ and as those entrusted with the secret things of God. These are two things that we are as Christians. We're servants of Christ, entrusted with the secret that we're supposed to be passing on. And basically we become, this wisdom full thing is throughout Corinthians here. We're seeing this theme develop. But we're basically fools for Christ. We become a spectacle for the world. And really, in a sense, he's saying become the opposite of what the world pursues. And we see this even in our country today. We don't want to be fools. We don't want to be this spectacle. We don't want to go hungry. We don't want to live in rags. We don't want to be brutally treated or homeless. We don't want to work hard with our own hands. We don't want to be cursed. But what he's saying is, we're as Christians, they were facing all this stuff, but he said this is a good thing. This is something we must endure, and this is part of we actually become the refuse of the world. And then at the end of that chapter, he really starts to become the spiritual father, and refers to that even. Says, "I am your father in Christ Jesus," and even in a sense threatens to visit them very soon to check in on how they're doing. And he doesn't want to come with a whip, but he wants to come with love and a gentle spirit. At least that's what he says. He says, "Shall I come to you with a whip, or in love and with a gentle spirit?" So we see Paul really challenging the Corinthians to change their immature faith. And I think many of us in the church today, including myself, really live as an infant of the faith, not as a champion, as Paul is trying to challenge him to be. So it's really something to think about. And really, as we're reading this summer, this is what we're trying to help you guys become, is really some champions of the faith. All right.